Hello everyone and welcome back to Kurejandi. In our last episode, we finished implementing the train station and the trains into our city. And with that, we also included a intercity bus and metro hub. And in this hub, there's obviously a metro station, and we're going to use that metro station to introduce metros into the city of Kurejandi. And while the intercity bus and metro hub provides one stop, we need to put about 5 more stops into the city in order to get this started. So in order to do that, let me show you where those are going to be. We're going to put one stop right here. We'll put another stop right here. We'll put a stop in our industrial area, and that will be right over here. And then we'll put a larger hub, another bus hub right here that has a couple of tracks to it. So that serves as a cross point. And then we'll also put a stop here to service this community and a stop up here to service this community. Now, another thing that we need to take care of during this episode is addressing some of the industrial demand. And we're going to do that by developing this area right up here. And then finally, I expect that our park will increase to level 4. While during this episode, we only need about 40 people, 40 visitors to get there. And so once we get that level 4, we'll have some new assets to put in and we can start working our way to get to level 5. So first things first, we'll take care of some low-hanging fruit. Now let's go back over to the industrial area, and we're going to build out this industrial area really quick. Okay, so let's get into the fun part of the build today. And the main part is the metro system we're putting in place. So the first thing we want to do is we want to put in this bus metro hub right over here. And the reason that we want to do that is because it provides us a great crossover. This station has 2 lines, one that goes vertical and one that goes horizontal. So that allows us to get 2 directions. So we're going to take and we are going to run our line out here first and get this connected. And getting across this is always a little tricky when you're going across water. So we'll get that connected straight there. All right, very good. So next thing we want to do is put one in this industrial area right here. And we got to be tricky because this is really kind of close together. So we got to get them far enough apart where we can bend this track around. All right, and that'll get us our north-south axis going. So, and later we'll be able to run that up to those 2 areas up north. So next, let's go over here and put one over here. And this is really slopey, but we can get it right here. Yep. And then lastly, we're going to put one over here. Now we'll run our little rows out here and we're going to put this in first. And the reason I do that is to kind of keep these things away from, these metro stops away from the residential areas because they tend to be noisy. So you get to a lot of noise pollution when you get around these things. So we have that, and we can finish this road to go all the way around right there. Okay, looking good, looking good. All right, so now let's see if we can start running some tracks, and we can run this. We cannot run the train tracks on the subway. We have to run the subway tracks on the subway. We'll connect this one in first, right here. And then we're going to run this one out and connect it up down here. And we have to bend it around because it's horizontal. That's orientation. And we'll put that right there. And now we have end to end from this entire city a subway station. So now we can just put our line in here. So we're good to go on this one. And now we just need to run our line north and south. So we'll go back to the train station over here, and actually we're going to put this metro stop right here. Once again, running a little road out here, and we'll use a little different metro stop. And right here. Yeah, we'll take that one, put it right there. And then we're going to put one out over here. We have more room. So this is a little bit bigger one, and we'll use that. And it's nice and away from the people, and we'll be able to build around it. One thing I do want to do is put a little bus depot right here, so that we can run some bus lines. And then we want to try to connect these up right here. And then over to here. Oh, nope, almost running out of money. Okay, so I knew that was going to happen, that we're going to have trouble with money. So while we're doing that, I want to put we got to get a little electricity out here. But I think that if we put a little cafe right there, that will connect us up on the electricity, and we'll have electricity back there, and we'll be able to decorate around that a little bit later. So let's put this bus route in right here. No, that's one way. Let's flip around and go the other way. So we have bidirectional, and people have easy access to the subway, which now that they can get and take all across the city. All right, now can we finish it? Oh, we have enough money. We can finish this up now. We have that. So now we just need to create our subway line. We'll start here in the industrial area, come all the way through the main area, back up here, down to the main hub and to the industrial area. And that's, my friends, how we will build out the metro for Kurejandi. So that's all very looking good. Let's run some bus routes from our brand new bus station, our main hub right there, so that all the people in this area can have access to the subway system and then get over there easily without having to drive. So let's try to figure out a way to get this around here the best way we can. Come back out to the main road, and we'll come down through the roundabout, come back up over here, and we're going to go just take a little tour around here so we can catch these folks up here. And then we will end it right there. And now we're going to take a route, and we're going to flip it on the other way. I just got to figure out how we're going to do this. Yeah. I think if we start right here. Yeah. That's not going to let me start right there. Let me go over here and find a place to start. Oh, we can start right here. Let's go start right here, and then we can flip around and go the opposite direction. Let me start that over. Here we go. Bus lines get me confused sometimes. Once you have a few of them start around, the routes around it, they really get kind of confusing. So we're going to get over here, and so that we can kind of loop this back around here and here. And we got to get it back over to the starting point. So let's take it up right here, and there we go. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is we want to go and address our park that has leveled up to level 4. We're now at 970. We're going to have to get to over 1100 to get to our next level. So let's put in. I'm going to start with putting in some. We got a climbing frame is what we have, but first, before we do that, I want to put in some pathway. I want to finish out the pathway system here so that we can really get an understanding of where we're all at. I don't like to run these all at first because I like to see how my assets are fitting in. So, but we do this, we'll put these over here, and we can finish all this out right here. And put a path. Oh, let's not go too far. I'm going to knock out the fence. Put a path there. We'll bring that and angle it down over here. Right here. There you go. And then we'll put a path right here next to the gazebo. And that'll leave us some room for another couple of assets. We'll put another pathway right here. Right there. And take it over to, that's not going to be perfectly straight, but that's okay. And now let's put in the climbing frame. And we're going to do a couple of these because this will help get our attractiveness way up and to a point where we can reach the level 5. So let's put one right here. We're going to put one, need somewhere over here. Can I put it one right there? And I think we're going to try to put one right here, but I'm not sure how this is going to work. This is pretty steep. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's ugly. Let's get rid of that. No thanks. Let's try to put that somewhere else. Okay. So that gets us up to about 1487. We only need 1120 to get to level 5. We got about 5,500 visitors. We got to get up to 10,000 visitors to get to level 5. Once we have that, we'll have our final assets, and we will be able to decorate the park and have it set for the rest of the game. And now I just want to take a time to do a little decorating and beautify our city a little bit. So let's just take a few minutes to put some trees down, put some cafes down, put some rocks down. I love rocks, and boulders down. So let's do that. Play a little music, and then I will get back to you as soon as we are done. So the last thing I want to do today is come back to this area here and add in a small bus stop, and also run some bus lines, and to put in some decorations like a little cafe and some trees. So let's put the bus shelter right here, the small bus shelter, and then we can run these lines from here. We're going to start right there. Here you go. Which way does this come out? Comes out this way? Yeah, comes out this way. And we'll swing it around here. We'll get it started. We'll come up the front. We'll go all the way down to this area over here, this bottom area where we do not have any public transportation. We're going to include it. So we're going to put a few stops from down here so people can get into the get up to the subway. Here, here, here. And as I'm running these, I do want to say thank you very much for joining us today. I really appreciate you watching my videos. If you like what you see, please subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. That is probably the best thing you can do for us for the algorithm, because it really lets the algorithm know that you liked it and that it'll share it with more people. And if you want to know when we are issuing new content, then hit the notification bell and you'll get notified of when we have new content coming out. And by all means, please leave comments, right? Or just leave emojis down in the comment section. But if you have questions or you have suggestions or complaints about what I'm doing, please let me know. I just try to make this interactive. I'm not the most creative person in the world, so I just kind of do this for fun. But I want to hear your thoughts and your suggestions, and see if I can take something and help create something we can all really enjoy. So yeah. So, but once again, thanks for joining me today. We're going to finish running this up, and then we are going to go put in some decorations. So just a couple more stops here. We'll come around and boom, there we go. So now, where can we put a little cafe? I think right on the other side of this bus shelter, I think it'll be a great place for a little cafe. Right there. Boom. And then we're going to put in some pine trees. I love the pine trees. I actually like the red oaks, but the pine trees are pretty good too. So we'll put some of these in here. It's kind of funny because the people on PC, they actually have the line tool, which really helps them out a lot in planting these trees. And console, we got to kind of go tree by tree and put them individually, which is okay. That's what we do. As console players, we don't have all the advantages of a PC. But if you have thoughts on that, please give me a comment on there. Do you like PC or you like console? How are you playing? And are you excited about the new content creator packs? They actually just came out today. I'm doing this on March 25th, so actually the new creator content packs are out. I have not got a chance to play with them yet, but I did buy them and I did download them, so they will be making a feature soon in my videos. Okay, so now I got one thing I want to do here. I'm gonna put this here. I really like using cliffs. I love using cliffs. If you watch any of my videos, you'll see that I like using these cliffs. I'm gonna use this cliff and I'm gonna put it right here. It's gonna be the last thing that we do today. And once we put this, I'm going to say good day. That looks really good. I really like the way that looks. So I'm going to say good day, and I'm going to leave you with a city tour and some music so you can kind of see some cinematic views of the city and see where we're at today. But in the meantime, thanks again for watching. We hope to see you again. My name is Ken with Ken Tays Plays.